Hi everybody, guess what? It's Thursday and we're doing a demo here at Now You're Cooking, and we're very excited to be making hummus tonight. Two types of hummus. Before we start, I want to let you know that on Saturday it is Maine Craft Weekend all over the state, and Bath is one of the cities that, or towns, municipalities that is hosting. And so we'll be here on Saturday from 10 to 5. We are also going to have our friend the Greek vampire here from 11 to 2, and he is going to be doing tastings of his scortalia, which is a really hearty garlic dip spread, however you want to use it. I personally am a total addict now. I love the stuff. I eat it on everything. So come see us on Saturday. Meet the vampire if he's willing to let you see him. No pictures, please, no mirrors, but he'll be here tasting that, and it's really yummy stuff. And then next week I will be making a white bean and chicken chili. It's not super spicy, although you can make it spicy if you want. I'm going to be making it in a Le Creuset pot. Why, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Because Saturday the 8th is Autumn Fest here in Bath. Lots of fun stuff going on all over the city. Here in Now You're Cooking, we're having a 20% off sale on all Le Creuset. I'm letting that sink in. All Le Creuset, 20% off. Some great colors, great sizes, great shapes, great Christmas gifts, great personal gifts for yourself. So come on in and see what we've got. We are currently awaiting our delivery, and Heather's going to be posting pictures as that comes in, because there's a lot of really fun stuff coming in, and a new color called sea salt, which is beautiful. So come check it out. That's Saturday. It's in-store product only, and it is Saturday only, Saturday the 8th of October. So let's get to hummus, which I often refer to as tahini without thinking, but it's hummus. The first one we're going to make is a more or less traditional one using chickpeas. I feel like I read somewhere that hummus in Arabic means chickpea, but don't quote me on that. And what we're going to do first is we have a lot of garlic here. This is 3 large cloves of garlic, preferably without the skin, and I'm going to put that into my Cuisinart beautiful food processor, and I'm going to pulse and start getting that kind of chopped up. It's not, because it's there's nothing else in there, it's not going to completely puree it right now, but we're going to at least get it started. Then I am going to add basically everything else. So I've got garbanzo beans, chickpeas, whatever you want to call them there. I have tahini, and I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons of tahini. So here's a recommendation from me. When you buy your tahini, it's usually separated, and it's all oil on the top, and at the very bottom of the jar, it is hard as a rock. So what I like to do is scrape it out of the jar into a bowl, take a hand mixer, and just mix it all up. And then, even though you don't technically have to refrigerate it, I put it in the fridge, and that kind of keeps it together. It's kind of like natural peanut butter, natural almond butter, that the oils just separate. So it's really handy to just get it mixed up. If you put it into the fridge, it generally will stay mixed up and not keep separating. So 4 tablespoons of tahini. I also have a 1/4 cup of the juice, the liquid from the beans, and that's going to just help keep it moist a little bit. So there's that. I have a couple tablespoons of olive oil, very carefully measured, as you can see. Fresh lemon juice, and I'm going to use a tablespoon of this. If I can find another tablespoon. Oops. Oh, we'll just use 3 teaspoons, because 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and for good measure, we'll just put the rest in. So that's half a lemon, just the other half. A lot of this is just to taste anyway. So if you don't like as much garlic as I do, put in less garlic. If you like it really lemony, put in more lemon. You can kind of make it however you want. You can also make like black bean hummus, or use any kind of beans, kidney beans, or cannoli, not cannoli, what are they called? Cannellini beans. Don't make it with cannolis, that would not be good. I've got cumin, and I'm doing a half a teaspoon of cumin. Again, whatever kind of spices you like. If you don't like cumin or you're allergic to it, leave it out. I've got half a teaspoon of salt, and I have about a 1/4 cup, if you squish it all together, 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. And then I'm going to put the cover back on, and we're just going to pulse this. Now, if you want a really super creamy hummus, you can spend a bunch of time and take the skins off all of the garbanzo beans. I personally like some texture to mine. I don't puree it until it is completely smooth, because I like a little bit of texture. I also like the fiber. But if you like a super, super smooth hummus, then that is one way to get there. And I'm just scraping the sides a little bit, just make sure that's all in there. Give it a couple more pulses. And then, I'm not doing this actually, but I kind of am. That's delicious. The longer it sits, the better it's going to get, because that garlic is going to mix in really well. And I'm just going to put this back in the bowl that had the beans in it.
How many beans did you use?
So the recipe calls for a can of garbanzo beans. Usually that's a 15-ounce can, I think. And they didn't have any that size when I went to the store this morning, so I got a bigger can. But I didn't adjust the spices or anything, and it tastes great. So I think you could easily use the bigger can. Or if you don't need this much hummus, I have a feeling our staff is going to be eating it for lunch, so I'm not too concerned. But you can make a smaller batch, just half all the ingredients for the smaller can. And I'm going to use the same dish for the beet hummus. It's not going to make that much difference unless somebody has an allergic reaction to garbanzo beans. But you're going to not really even see it, because it's going to be beautiful red color. Okay, so there is one hummus, and my messy table here. So the next thing we're going to do is the beet hummus. Now, one of the byproducts of beet hummus, because you do absolutely want to use fresh beets. Canned beets will not be as good. They're too mushy. They don't have enough substance. Don't do it, is my advice. Use fresh beets. Peel them. You can steam them. You can roast them in the oven. But you definitely want to use fresh beets. But the beauty of that is that then you get to saute the beet greens and stems with a little garlic and salt and butter. And we're going to put a little bit of our champagne vinegar on that, and that's going to be a really tasty treat too. A lot of people just do the greens, which is fine, but the stems give you a little bit more fiber and they add a little bit of crunch, and it's really nice. So byproduct of this whole endeavor. So garlic, once again, going in, pulse it. This is less garlic, which I do not approve of at all, but it's what the recipe says, so I'm going to try to follow the recipe for once in my life. Okay, That's as good as that's going to get. And again, we're just going to add, so this is about 8 ounces, half a pound of fresh beets. That's the weight after it's peeled. This is only going to get 2 tablespoons of tahini. You can use more if you want to. It adds the umami and creaminess, and of course the sesame flavor. I put in just a little bit more just because I want to. And my recipe says 5 tablespoons of lime juice, and that seems excessive. So I'm going to put in 1, which is 3 teaspoons. I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons. I'm going to put in 5 teaspoons instead of 5 tablespoons. I can always add more if I want to. Can't take it out. Got the garlic. We're going to do a tablespoon. Now everything's all messed up. This is 2 teaspoons. I'm going to add what I have left of my cumin. It's supposed to be a tablespoon, a little shy. So we're going to add some coriander, which is basically cilantro powder or cilantro seed. In Britain, they just call it coriander. I'm going to add a half teaspoon of salt. I am going to add a little bit of pepper. Again, once you make this once, make it your own. Do whatever you want. Add whatever you think would be good in there. You can use lemon juice instead of lime juice. I just wanted to change things up a little bit. So we are going to pulse. And we're going to scrape down the sides, because that's not mixing. I might put a little bit more tahini in there, but let's see what happens. Yeah, it's starting to mix up better now. Maybe the mistake was, yeah, that definitely needs more tahini. So we're going to put in another full tablespoon of tahini and a little to grow on. And let's try this again. Now, a lot of people that don't like beets poo-poo beet hummus, but I'm here to tell you that beet hummus is worth trying, even if you don't like beets, because you've got the tahini in there, you've got the spices in there. It's a different texture from fresh beets, and it is just delicious. Don't forget the garlic, and it's a beautiful color. This is a really nice dish to serve around Christmas because it's all red and Christmassy. Okay, granted it's more magenta, but whatever. We're going to call it red for our purposes. So there's that, and I'm going to give that a little try, which I should have done before I took it out, just in case I needed more of that lime juice. I think it's scrumptious, and I hope you all try it. We have crackers here that we love. These guys are from Potter's Crackers, are from Wisconsin. New product we brought in recently. They're really yummy, not too salty, which is nice. And they also make some oyster crackers, which are fabulous. And then Urban Oven is from Arizona, and these are really, really good too. They're nice and crunchy. You can eat them just as a snack. I speak from experience. You don't even have to have anything on them. They're really flavorful. So lots of flavors of these. We've got 4 flavors of these guys. So Saturday, please join us and the Greek vampire, for a tasting and wander around town. There's going to be art stuff happening. Next Thursday is the white bean chicken chili, and the Saturday after that, the 8th, is Autumn Fest in Bath. Make sure you come down. Lots of stuff happening, and 20% off all the Le Creuset except for the things that are on further discount, they will be more than 20% off. So there's a little teaser for you. So hopefully we'll see you this weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend as well. See you later.